Hello everyone, it's going to be a Roots of War highlights video of the action pack that happened between myself playing for NASA against MZ in our weekend Roots of War. So I hope you guys enjoy this insane action pack video. Obviously I'm going to talk about the absolute slaughter and how we was attacking all of these different zones. Hello everyone, and yeah, smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos of me, MrSneakyy, the one and only, and we're here on Call of Dragons, and it was Roots of War weekend, as you guys know, and you know it's been a very busy time for Call of Dragons content, so I thought I'd still give you some PvP action while we're waiting for, obviously, the Zone 2s to open. So here we have NASA. This is the alliance I am currently playing in this season, and I was obviously fortunate enough to be a part of their team, right? And we're going to be fighting against MZ on, I don't know what server you guys are, I do apologize, but I know some of you guys in our own little cavalry gang chat, so big shout out to you guys who are in there. But what we're doing here is basically pretty simple. Roots of War fighting. Who can win after an hour? And this is the opening gambit. And you can see I am rocking my infantry. And I kind of purposely ran infantry first and then let all my range come in after. Because the thing is with infantry, especially right now, you can see I am using the freezing ring. And this honestly gives you a massive amount of defense stats, and it also gives you that jail out of free card. That's what I kind of look at it as, right? Whenever you go in, maybe you're the last infantry standing and you have, you know, 20x, 13x all on you, hitting that freezer ring and them not coming off you is so good. You're buying yourself 10 seconds of tanking again while you're on the lowest health possible, which I think is great. And you can see I'm already on 10 targets here, 11 targets, 8 targets, and I'm low, and now I hit the ring pretty soon because I know we're going to need it. I'm still not dead yet, which is great, and I'm still getting targeted by players, and now I'm kind of like charging in to try and get that aggro before I die, and boom, 10. Look at that, 10 targets while we when we was ringing, right? And obviously it drops straight down to 1 after we get a nice taunt from a fellow infantry player, so thank you for that. Obviously taking the aggro back off me. But this just showcases the opening gambit, right? How powerful infantry is. You honestly need an infantry march, guys. If you're not going to be bringing any infantry, I don't understand how you are going to push. Because the infantry players, you can see, look at this. They are creating so much space and they are dealing a decent amount of area effect chip damage, which also helps their backline punish and push you guys all the way back to your, zone, right? Into your home area. And you can see us, we're working with a bunch of troops, obviously in Roots of War. Just remember, if you are rocking archers, they do not have long range warfare. I know a lot of people might be like, Sneaky, we should know that by now, but trust me, there's going to be some players that will not understand that. So you're going to have that medium range. Remember that, because if you bring in archers, they're going to get probably targeted because they are closer in compared to your mage unit. So honestly, rocking mages in here right now, it's pretty good, boys. It's actually pretty good because you are using that maximum range to your advantage compared to other players. And you can see here, look at us, man, dominating right now, even taking the Hall of Power from NASA, and even not forgetting the golden rule of Roots of War: healing, boys. Make sure you hit the heal button as soon as you start going into the combat, just so obviously you've got that rolling for you, right? But look at this, man. Absolute opening slaughter for our guys in NASA. Honestly, I'm not going to sugarcoat it because this was a savage one, and I must admit, for the matchmaking, I'm not that happy about it. So what do I mean about that? And you guys can easily understand what I'm talking about. As you can imagine, NASA was a rank 10 in matchmaking, right? And we got matched made against MZ here, which are rank 57, I think, of the time of when we were fighting them, right? Obviously, they're going to be lower rank now from taking this loss. But the thing is, it just felt really bad as a matchmaking game, right? I really did feel for the MZ guys. And I know MZ, and I'm not being obviously bad here, I'm so grateful for you guys just turning up non-stop and fighting without giving up. I honestly want to give you guys a massive thumbs up for that and credit to you, right? But in my opinion, you guys shouldn't be fighting us, right? Honestly, this power level between alliances was such a massive swing in NASA's favor compared to MZ's that obviously for NASA, we just kind of rolled through, and obviously we could laugh and joke about stuff like that. But at the same time, a lot of us was kind of like, why are we getting matched with this? Because we really wanted, you know, a competitive game where you have two alliances that are more equal in power, right? And you can see in this Roots of War how just imbalanced the power difference was between these two different alliances. And I really wanted to showcase and shout that out in this Roots of War video, right? And make this more of a, you know, community outcry of, please, the devs, please fix the matchmaking. Like, make this matchmaking better, because stuff like this, on my eyes, shouldn't be happening. Like, this should not be happening, man, at all. This is honestly just sending sheep to die. That's how it feels. And I know for the other alliance, they really love the challenge. I'm not going to say that, right? I know MZ love to have that challenge, and any alliance will have that challenge. But at the same time, they don't want to go into a Roots of War knowing they're just going to straight up lose because of the way of the power difference between both of our alliances, right? So let's go into a little bit further. I want to showcase some, obviously, PvP side and break down a little bit of the gameplay of it so you guys can obviously check it out. So here we're towards near the end of the game mode, and this is where even myself was feeling pretty, let's just say, confident, even to the point where these guys are T5 players, right? The T5 players, they're chasing me down, but as you can see, I have Magrat, and I'm pretty certain none of them have Magrat, which is, again, a very unfair advantage, I must admit. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to get swarmed, I'm going to get killed eventually, but this is one of those things when it comes when you see the other side of this, you know, ramp, because throughout all of this Roots of War, guys, the fight was always the same. That's kind of why I skipped through quite aggressively to try and find some more interesting, you know, parts. But you can see, like, after I've caught the Lifestone for myself, MZ here are finally kind of pushing a little bit out of this zone. They've even got a rally on that little hall of power there, and they're trying to get towards the center of the map, right? But you can see us, NASA, we were just refreshing our troops, and now, because we've refreshed our troops, we're just going to go back in, and that's the crazy thing. We were just able to keep stuff like this open. And you can see even here, look at this. This is what it came to, right? And I actually wanted to show this because I think MZ would have loved this, right? A little bit of cheeky swarm down Sneakyy's cab, right? And that just shows, guess what, guys? If you're playing Roots of War, pay attention to your troops. Because I, to be honest, deserve that, right? I deserve to die there with my calves because I wasn't paying attention to drag them away and move around and use my march speed in my favor, right? So I do need to get slapped on the wrist for that and keep me put in check. But you can see, look, we're at 26,000 points here, which is crazy. And that's the one thing where everyone struggles to get 10,000 points, but when you're field fighting 24/7 in Roots of War, as long as you're good at field fighting, even as a T4 player, you're going to get over 10,000 score, right? And that is one of the main things in Roots of War you guys need to do, right? So let's bring it back into a little bit of a gameplay analysis, right? Because right here, even though it's very savage, we have obviously quad infantry on the ramp, and we are using all of our range to our might to obviously kill the ramp so no one can come through. This is obviously very savage. This is what happens most of the times in most Roots of War when it's a very one-sided matchup. But look, I just want to say, for the MZ guys that are still fighting and still pushing out for points, big W, guys. I know this must have been honestly horrible to be a part of, and I don't want to say like obviously there was any sort of strategy involved, because there really wasn't. Even on the NASA comms, and they will tell you in the comment section, we had some sort of, you know, plan of, you know, rallying and garrisoning and stuff, but that kind of just went out the window just as soon as it, you know, became the way it was. And I again think maybe the matchmaking needs to get sorted, right? Let's just get the matchmaking sorted so every time we get a decent matchup and not just absolute one-sided affairs, because that's generally what you get. You do get, I would say 7 times out of 10, it seems most alliances are getting a very one-sided heavy fight, and then you get those very occasional, really good actual Roots of War matchups, which we can see. And when you watch those really good matchups, it is a very fun one to experience, play, and spectate from, right? So this is today's video. I know you guys are probably upset there's not too much of this Roots of War. I am going to fast forward it here where you can see the Flame Dragon coming in and screw all the way down through the time lapse, and you can see where honestly it's nothing new. We're just keeping them in through this bottom all the way through for the last remaining time. You can see 30,000 points here going through all of the different players. So this is everyone. If you see your name, I will just roll it back a little bit for you guys. If you're in MZ Alliance, you should be able to see your name in a second. I want to give a big shout out for you guys, every single person that obviously participated in this Roots of War. Thank you for showing up. Just thank you for not even giving up and just keep playing. And big congratulations to every one of these guys. Look, over 10,000 score. You still got the 5 legendary sculptures, which is so good for your accounts. And obviously, big shout out to everyone in NASA. Obviously, we're going to show those scores off in a moment. And everyone who's got over 10,000, right? So, boom, Moist Rice Boy who joined in late and all these other guys, boom, coming in with their T5, able to grab 10,000 score. You can see myself there and even more players going all the way up. So congratulations to obviously NASA, our alliance we are currently fighting in this season B2. We were the victors of this, as you can see, very one-sided, but we was able to secure those 10 legendary sculptures. So hopefully, guess what? In the future, the matchmaking might get fixed. And hopefully, if you guys make enough of a riot in the comment section saying, devs, fix this matchmaking, or hashtag devs make matchmaking better, who knows? Someone make a fun tag. If that goes viral, who knows? They might actually finally fix this Roots of War matchmaking system for the game. So, with all of that, stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky. And until the next video, peace out.